Hey, this is Christian, and welcome to another edition of the Joint Venture Wealth Report video series. Tonight, I want to talk about joint venture brokering, and I just did a few notes here on the computer, so I'm going to be referring to the notes, and this is actually going to be a pretty interesting session, so listen closely. There's going to be some really good information at the end, so I want you to listen to the whole thing. It's only going to be a few minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes at the most, and I guarantee you that you'll learn some pretty interesting stuff by the end of the video. Okay, so joint venture brokering is this is what I call the supply and demand cash streams, and you can do this on the internet for unlimited earning potential. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about a regular job. A regular job is you work say 40 hours a week, you go to your job, you get paid on an hourly basis, or you get paid a salary. That's pretty linear, and that's how the majority of people in the United States, actually all over the world, that's the majority of the pay model. It's a linear basis. You get time, you get paid for your time. And you know, that works. I've done that for many years. I'm sure you have too. But at some point we want to break out of that model, and we want to be a little more loose, a little more flexible, a little more exponential in how we earn money. So let's talk a bit about what a broker is. And I'm sure that you've heard the term broker before. You've got real estate agents that are brokers. You've got real estate brokers, you've got printing brokers, you've got construction brokers. Just about every industry has some type of broker, and a broker is simply a term that says I'm the middleman. I'm going to connect supply and demand. I'm going to find a demand, and I'm going to find a supply, and I'm going to hook those up together, and I'm going to take a piece of the profits. Let's take a real estate broker, for example. What do? They combine a buyer and a seller, puts those two relationships together. Remember, relationships are keywords with joint ventures. Takes that relationship, joins them together, and takes a percentage of the profit. And you can do exactly the same thing on a joint venturing basis. You don't have to be in any type of industry. So regardless of where you're working today, whatever industry it is, it doesn't matter. You can become a joint venture broker for a very little money and not a lot of time, and the upside on that is just incredible. It could be very, very, very profitable. So let me give you an example. First off, I want you to focus on the broker mindset mentality. Now, a broker mindset mentality says that there's unlimited earning potential through other people's assets, and what you're going to do is you're going to act as the supply and demand connector. Okay, so let me tell you how you can do this on the internet. I want you to go to Google. All right, it's not a new site. It's been around for a while. It's part of Google. It's actually called Insight. So go to google.com/insight. And basically what that tells you is it's hot themes and it's hot markets over a certain period of time. So let me bring that up. Once again, that's google.com/insights. Okay, so what you can do is there's a filter on the upper right hand part of the screen. And that filter says, okay, I want to search in a geographic area, so I picked United States. I did all states within the United States, and I said, show me the hot information or the hot trends or the hot themes over the last 7 days in a category of business. Okay, and once you go there, you can see that. I don't have the camera set up to actually do the screenshots, but it's pretty simple. So I put that in, I put my search for the last 7 days in a category of business, and it gives two matching columns. On the right side, you've got the top searches, and on the left side, you've got what the rising searches are. So a couple of these keywords are calendar is 2009, the word business, staples, the word salary. So if you go over to the rising searches, we've got the ladders. The ladders is actually a site for finding new jobs. And you've got CES, that's always a popular thing in January, the first of every year. You've also, what's interesting is you also have PowerPoint templates, and you've got the word PowerPoint, and it gives a percentage on how these words are moving up on the scale. So for example, PowerPoint has moved up 50%, it's higher than usual in the month of January. PowerPoint templates are up 60%, as they usually are in the month of December or before January. You've got the word entrepreneur, which is up 50%. So there, you can kind of see what this theme is happening here. It seems to be a theme of additional money and additional planning, and it seems to be of an entrepreneurial planning, not just finding a job alone. But there's keywords here as far as there's entrepreneur and PowerPoint templates. That leads me to believe that entrepreneurs are looking for a strategy or a plan or a way to develop good presentations to get in front of their clients to get more business. Now, that's the demand, okay? So now we got demand, we defined what a broker was, we defined our demand, okay? Now we have to find supply to meet that demand, excuse me. Can you tell I was just ordering some domain names? So let's find out what, on our supply. So an easy way to do this on the internet is to find list owners that could supply people for that demand. So one of the things that I do is I go to the directory of e-zines, okay? Directory of ezines.com, and that's Charlie Page's site. Actually, get a membership there. I'm not sure exactly what the membership is. I don't have it in front of me. It's well worth every penny. And that's going to give you hundreds of list owners by category who have people that are interested in a particular topic. Now we want to find the supply. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Google and we're going to search for the keyword phrase of PowerPoint expert. All right, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. I think one of the first sites is guru.com. Guru.com is a site that people with expertise go and they put up that their information, their knowledge is for sale for a price. So what you do is you find someone that does PowerPoint presentations or a PowerPoint expert, all right, and you get in touch with them and you offer to do an interview with them on the phone. And going back to what you found out on your demand of Google is people are interested in entrepreneurial planning using PowerPoint and templates. So you go to this PowerPoint expert and you say, look, I'd like to do an interview with you for 30 or 60 minutes and I'm going to give you a percentage of the revenue that I'm going to introduce to list owners. So you've got three pieces of the puzzle here. You've got your demand, which is the market that you found through Google Insight. You've got your supply. These are all the list owners that you got off of the e-zine directory sites, and you can also go to Google and find a number of these sites, but the one I told you is the most popular one, the Charlie Page site. And you have your expert. So you're going to take those three pieces of the puzzle and put those together, and you're going to interview the PowerPoint expert for 30 to 60 minutes on all the ways that entrepreneurs can use PowerPoint to create spectacular presentations that they could possibly get more business. Okay, once you have that recording, you get it transcribed, and transcription is very cheap. You can get that whole thing done for maybe $20 to $25, less than $50 tops. Okay, now you've got a transcript and you've got a video. Now you have a product. Okay, this is exactly what you wanted to do. It didn't have to come out of your pocket for any type of product creation, and you can do this within days. I've done this on the phone and I've had a product within an hour. I've got it transcribed and I've had the whole product back to me within 24 hours, and you're ready to go. Okay, now that you have the product, what you do is you go to these list owners and you tell them that you have this product from a PowerPoint expert and it's all about entrepreneurial pizzazz and putting great presentations together, and you offer that list owner the opportunity to mail his list with information about this product. Now, if you talk to 10 list owners, maybe 2 or 3 in the beginning, because you don't have a point of reference, you may not be well known in the industry, but 2 or 3 people are going to say yes. And you offer to charge maybe $20 to $30, $24.95, $29, maybe $32 for this 1-hour teleseminar plus this transcripts. And you send that out to the list, and you split the profits accordingly. It could be done on 25 to 50% commission on your side, but it's not necessarily the money that's most important up front. Is this whole strategy of thinking as a broker. You're supplying, or you're connecting supply and demand, whereas before in your traditional job it was linear. You worked 40 hours, you got paid for 40 hours. Now you've got the ability to create products at will on demand. It's very, very powerful. Okay, that concludes today's video representation or video blog. And if you want to go to my website, it's christianfia.com. Go ahead and sign up for my joint venture wealth strategy tips, and I'll be communicating with you on that once or twice a week. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.